Hi friends, welcome to day 6 of our Advent devotional, The Weary World Rejoices by Kate Bowler. And today is Saturday in the first week of Advent, the week of hope. So let's get into our devotional for today, Waiting with Uncertainty. And Kate Bowler says, waiting for answers, waiting for clarity, and waiting to understand when we are suffering is the worst. But in the words of John 16, verses 12 to 13, we know that the truth will come. But we often keep asking ourselves, but when? And so there's a story that Kate likes to return to about Dietrich Bonhoeffer, which this is my Touchstone copy of Touchstone magazine. I definitely encourage checking them out. They do incredible work. And Kate talks about Dietrich Bonhoeffer writing from prison after his plot to overthrow Hitler had failed. And he says, "Not all can wait. Certainly not those who are satisfied, contented, and feel that they live in the best of all possible worlds. Those who learn to wait are uneasy about their way of life, but yet have seen a vision of greatness in the world of the future and are patiently waiting its fulfillment. The celebration of Advent is possible only to those who are troubled in soul and know themselves to be poor and imperfect, and who look forward to something greater to come." And waiting can feel uneasy. Kate reminds us that Mary would have been uneasy and waiting to find out what would happen when she got pregnant, that Joseph wasn't sure what would happen when he accepted Mary. The Magi did not know what waited them at the end of the journey. So perhaps we keep good company with those who are learning to wait with hope. And Kate encourages us in our first question today to reread Bonhoeffer's quote from today's entry. What part stands out the most? Why is it so compelling to you today? So if you want to flip back a few seconds and listen to that again, or read it in your devotional, what stands out to you? I think I'm on the celebration of Advent is possible only to those who are troubled in soul, who know themselves to be poor and imperfect, and who look forward to something greater to come. Because in a world that is so hard and can be filled with waiting, anticipation, and uncertainty, we bring only our humanness, our vulnerabilities, and we trust that we are waiting for something better, brighter. I reflect on Easter often, on a reminder that when all hope feels lost, God comes alive, love comes alive again on Easter. But it's an Advent too, that when the world can seem stuck in a cycle of struggle, a child is born that brings hope to us all. Love is born again. Our second reflection is the fruits of the Spirit are present when you experience love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. How is the Spirit at work in your world today? Well, in the lead up to Christmas, I know many of us have to really lean on patience, self-control, and gentleness. And I find we're held fast by love, peace, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. And then when Christ comes, we find ourselves in joy. Kate invites us lastly to respond. Waiting and uncertainty are the worst. Whether you're waiting on test results, waiting to hear from a loved one, waiting to find that perfect job, waiting to feel a break in the long list of absurd things that have happened, or simply waiting for the sun to shine again, we are all waiting on something. How can you be vulnerable and share your time in the waiting room with someone else this week? How can you share in the work of the Holy Spirit by bringing love, compassion, or kindness to others who wait too? So if you'll be joining me tomorrow, one of my favorite times that I feel I really get to be in the waiting room is when we're waiting for service to start. And I get to talk to each and every one of you, learn about your week, see where you're at. And I get to share in that moment with you. So I encourage you this week to join me in the waiting room. Either come find me or find one of your neighbors who is waiting as well. And if you need to lean on someone in the waiting room today or tomorrow or the rest of the week or the rest of the season or the rest of the year, do so. Know that God meets you there, in your neighbors and your friends, and even in the places that sometimes it most surprises us. And before we go, let's have a blessing for when we don't know what's ahead. Blessed are you who don't have all the right answers, you who realize that I don't know the best response and posture for now, and lean in unafraid to learn and change and be wrong along the way. Blessed are you who are being stretched and pressed and pulled by the uncertainty that surrounds us, you who are deciding to not stay the same because we are not who we were. Things have changed. We have lost things we can't get back and need to learn new ways to live here now. Blessed are you who have realized that community really does help us see the truth clearer, even if your chin has to be turned gently or forcefully toward it. Being fragile in the midst of a world of hammers takes courage. It takes courage to live here, to be wrong, here to learn something new, to choose humility and kindness and one another over being right. So here's to us, dear ones, the people who don't have it together, but who are done pretending to. It's better this way. Curious, hopeful, courageous, and becoming. I'll see some of you tomorrow, and the rest of you, I will see you here on Monday for day 8. Have a blessed night, my friends. Good night.